Hey, what's up guys? I'm Vasil and I'm finally back. Let's go ahead and discuss the question, do you need a degree to be a software engineer? Before I go and answer the question, let me explain to you about my story of how I became an iOS engineer. I recently graduated from University of Greenwich with my bachelor's in software engineering in London. By that time, I already had 2 years of experience in my pocket. But how did I achieve this? While I was studying on my second year of university there, I discovered about Swift and iOS development. So I took some online courses on Udemy to learn the basics of iOS development, and I started working on a personal project which was optical character recognition with Google's Tesseract framework, where you could take a picture of a document and scan everything and print on your phone, and you can save and edit that document. It was pretty general and I really loved developing it and learning more about iOS development. In UK, and I think in most countries, you get this placement year while you are studying. Placement year is when after your second year of university, you go and you apply to work on a related field of your studies, and you don't study for a whole year. Instead, you are getting 1 year of experience, and then you go back to finish your studies. And when you finish, you get a degree with also 1 year of experience. Towards the end of my second year, I went to some jobs and I showed them this application, and that's how I got my first iOS development job. So for the whole year, I stopped university and I was pursuing just this work. And when my placement year finished, I had to go back to university. However, I kept my job that I was in placement because they really liked me, and I also wanted to keep working because I had to pay rent, right? So I kept working full time there and also studying full time at the same time. And I stayed there for a few more months. Then later on, I switched to another startup, which I still hadn't finished university. So I still didn't have my degree, and I already switched to another job. And when I graduated in April, I instantly left London, but I kept my position as an iOS engineer in the startup, however, in a remote. So I was working remotely. I went traveling a bit to Greece and Portugal. And today I am here in Sweden and I'm an iOS developer at iZettle. And that's how I achieved all this. Of course, I put a lot of dedication and a lot of passion to my work. However, let's not deny that luck was also a key factor in my case. So now, let's go and address the question, do you need the degree to be a software engineer? As you could hear from my story, I didn't have my degree when I got my first and second job. So let's answer the question. Well, obviously, you don't. However, as you could see from my story, I got my job, first and second job, without actually finishing my degree, but I was already pursuing one. So that was a key factor for me. If you are a junior developer or you have programming as your passion and you want to take it as your career, and you don't have any work experience or any portfolio, if you don't have a degree, companies will eliminate you when you apply to them. And that is because you don't have any degree, you don't have any portfolio, or you don't have any working experience on the field. However, if you want to get a job without a degree, you should really work on your portfolio like I did. I worked on my portfolio when I was studying, and I built a small application. So if you want to get a job, build an application that will help you, benefit you somehow. We're gonna have fun on working in, and when you apply, show that in your CV and enhance it a lot. That will be very beneficial for you. Another thing is having a degree really enhances your skill. Pursuing a degree through a university gives you a structured way of learning how to be a good programmer, how to be an actual software engineer. It's not about just building an app and putting it to the App Store. It's more than that. When you pursue a degree, they teach you when to learn data structures, design patterns, algorithms, and all those things that you might not use every day, but they're really critical at some point in your workday life. In addition, a lot of universities have a lot of practical courseworks, and you will be able to work in a team to build a software. Not all universities do that, so you should make your research in the university if you want to do that. However, making those courseworks, they're usually in teamworks. So A lot of companies, what they want a team player. They might be able to teach you how to build something, but they cannot teach you how to be a team player, how you can work in teams. And at university, you will get the feeling of that. And of course, you might get very frustrated. Sometimes you will be placed with people that you don't like or that they're not cooperative and you will be doing all the work. However, you might be lucky and you might have an awesome experience working in a team, and you can show that on your interviews with the companies. Another point that I would like to add is that if you want to be a developer or an engineer in another country from the one that you're currently in, and you have some working permit restrictions, such as like that you require a visa to work on the country that you want to go, having a degree is almost mandatory because companies need to prove that they're hiring you with a valuable reason that you can actually do the job that you're hired for. So if you actually want to get out of the country that you're currently in and you have those restrictions, it's almost mandatory for you to pursue it. Well, however, I understand that the reality of pursuing a degree is not for everyone. Some people have restrictions, some people they cannot afford it, it's too expensive, not everywhere education is free, and there's so many variables. And there are alternatives to this. If you cannot get a degree or you don't want to because spending 3 to 4 years is too much for you, which is pretty understandable, there are alternatives like you can start with online courses. There are hundreds and hundreds of online courses on Udemy, Udacity, Makers Academy, and I'm not affiliated with any of those, just so you know. I really like those companies, so that's why I'm promoting them, and you're gonna benefit a lot from those. Or if you want free courses, there are tons and tons of courses on YouTube with awesome people that are teaching iOS, Android, web development, any kind of development that you want. And those will be very beneficial for you to start working on your portfolio and start applying to jobs. Moreover, you could apply to a bootcamp. Bootcamps usually are American thing, I believe. I'm not really sure, but if you hear about a bootcamp in your area, you could go and apply for that because this is like few weeks development process where you work every day with other people and build real life projects, and straight after the bootcamp you can go and apply to a job and they will actually value it a lot, and you could actually get your first job like this because a lot of people do, so why not you? So as you could see, there are a lot of benefits of having a degree. However, it is a bit of time consuming, and I understand, but you can still get your first job while pursuing one. That's all I had to say. That is my opinion about it. I would like to hear yours. How did you become a software engineer? And if you're not, what are your steps on accomplishing that? If you like the video and my opinion about it, don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.